Hey, what's happening, mystery seekers? So everybody wants an update on the van, seeing what's going on. So check this out. We got the engine out. Hey guys, check out this crescent wrench he's got.
It's a 20-inch.
Look at this thing. See, it's massive. That's a nice piece right there, man. That's nice.
Yeah. 20-inch.
Woo! Yeah, so the best way to pull an engine out of one of these is to pull it out on the subframe like we did with the transmission and everything. And that is because, and I can't lift this up because of the cherry picker, but this rail right here is in the way of getting even just the engine out, and you'd have to cut that out, and these have really bad crash ratings for the front as far as like running into something. So I don't want to ruin the or weaken the structural integrity of this thing at all, and that would diminish the resale value. So we got this engine out. I'm working on pulling all the parts off that are going to go on the new engine. We've run into some problems with the 5-speed swap. Basically, it's just going to take extra time, and we don't yet know how much time, because the new wiring harness is very stripped down. It does not include lights. It does not include anything. And if we go with the with the manual transmission, we're going to have to splice these two wiring harnesses together with the old one. And we also don't have a diagram for this. The wires are, it seems like most of them are labeled, but it might take an extra week or two if we do the 5-speed swap, and I don't know if that's worth it because I really want to get back on the road and start making videos and get to RTR and not overstay my welcome here. So might have to go with the automatic transmission. We'll find out. So I didn't really explain why I'm putting the money into this thing, especially when I was talking up the box fan and stuff for quite a while. So the reason is money, and there's several factors in that. For one, if I bought a box van, it would be high miles. It would need a bunch of work and stuff, and then it would get 12 miles to the gallon. Where this one, I spent $1,000 on the new engine, transmission, wiring harness, and I'm trading the old parts for the labor to help the pro mechanic swap everything over. So for $1,000 I get a new engine and transmission and everything, and the thing runs great, 0 miles, and bam. And then I spent like $200 on front end parts, and now once all this stuff is installed, and I'm completely confident this guy knows exactly what he's doing. He's an ex Navy aircraft mechanic, and he's a professional mechanic. So once all that stuff's actually done and put in and everything, there's nothing that's going to need to be done on this thing. It's going to run great. It's going to have no issues. And if it has a 5-speed, it's probably going to get 30 miles per gallon. People that have swapped 5 speeds into this thing, that's what they're getting. They're getting 30 on the highway. So I will save a ton of money doing that. And that money that I save, I can put in my little piggy bank. And, you know, in a year or two, when my channel is 3 times the size of what it is now and I'm making more money, I can buy a box fan that's got low miles, runs perfect, no problems, hasn't been abused, you know, doesn't need anything at all. All I have to do is build the back end, and that's it, and the 4x4 conversion. But yeah, that seems like a much smarter move to me than you know, getting 12 miles per gallon, limiting how much I can travel, and spending all my money for the next 6 months building it. Or I could get a job and sacrifice the channel, you know, when later on, when, like I said, you know, in a year, 2 years, I'm going to be making more money while I sleep than I ever would during a job. I just got to put in the hard work right now to get that done. So the other day, I went to this amazing, incredible bike track thing with Cody, and I was wearing my moccasins, which was really crazy because they were sliding, and I ended up crashing. I got a couple little scrapes, but nothing big. And yeah, check this out. Yeah, so that was a ton of fun. So yeah, one thing I think I forgot to mention is that we've been waiting until today, which is Saturday. I'll be releasing this tomorrow, which is Sunday, to get the new engine and finish the build out on it. It needs the heads put back on, and just a couple other little things, and to swap all these parts over to it. So hopefully today we're going to be able to do that. Tay had to go into work. He's the mechanic, and hopefully he gets off in time that we can go over there and put it all together. It shouldn't take too long. And then we should have this thing in no time. And today I'll find out about whether we're doing the automatic or the manual. So the reason why I wanted a new van was twofold. A big one was that I was concerned that this engine might not make it that much longer. It was getting tired. It was getting low on power. It was making some knocking noises when it was really cold. But once it warmed up, it was fine. And it was just low on power. I drove another Astro van that had much lower miles and had way more power. I was like, wow, man, yeah, this thing is getting tired. And we popped off one of the heads and definitely confirmed that. The rings were starting to go out. It was running lean. The valves were kind of getting burnt up. And the intake manifold gasket was definitely going out. So the other reason is a convenience, basically. Space, I can kind of live with the space, but it's the convenience. Everything is a pain in the ass. And so the way I can fix that for a while until I'm ready to get my next vehicle is, oh, one more thing I forgot. This van is now going to be worth probably $2,000 to $3,000 more by spending the $1,000 on it to get this new engine in it. Selling it with an old tire engine, I could probably only get $2,000 for it, max. And that's only because it's got this really nice build out in it. But I would be feeling bad about it because I'd be selling someone something that needs a new engine that they'd have to go and spend probably $2,000 to $3,000 on if they don't have hookups like I do. So yeah, that was the other reason. I totally lost track of what I was saying. But anyway, the build out. I had a few people, I think Sarah Stone was the first one that suggested, why don't you just rebuild the inside of this thing? And she made a great point, and some other people made that same point as well. When I built this thing, I built it for my girlfriend to come join me, and I'm no longer with her, so I don't need this build out, which sacrificed convenience for storage space. I've got a ton of storage space in here, and I've got a ton of stuff I don't need, and if I got rid of all the stuff I didn't need, then I would just have all this empty storage, which I kind of already do. I think part of it is because I had all the storage, I was like, oh, what can I put in here, you know? So I can rebuild this thing, and I can put this bed going this way, and that's the first design I had. And Wizard Dream Weston kind of like, when I saw his van and did the tour of his, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot how cool that was. Except when I did it, I had a 1-inch insulation covering these two windows, and there was like an inch gap between, so that's 4 inches less space I had. But check this out. I can lay completely stretched out with my head touching the window and my feet touching the window, but I'm totally stretched out. And if I lay just a little bit this way, I can totally stretch all the way. I can arch my spine and put my ankles down, and I'm fine. So this bed is now gonna go this way, and it's gonna be fixed, but I'm gonna try to make it so that it lifts up so I can get into storage. I'm gonna make it as low as possible so that I can sit on it and it'll be comfortable. And then over here, there will be a foam cabinet that's super lightweight, and I'm gonna build the frame for this bed out of aluminum too, so it'll be really lightweight but also really strong. And yeah, it's just, I'm gonna take like a ton of weight out of this thing and increase the like living space and make everything convenient. That's my prime thing, simple and convenient. This one is complex and there's lots of storage space and it's cool that way. It's a really nice build. I'm really proud of what I did with it, but I want convenience. I want to not have to move something to get something else. And that's what I'm gonna do. So thank you to the people who suggested rebuild this. This is, I'm gonna make this thing the best I can, and when I'm ready to sell it, I'm gonna make a lot more money off of it than I would right now, so it's kind of an investment that way, and I'll also have a lot more viewers, so maybe I'll have more people interested, and yeah. All right, so I got some biscuits and gravy that I made yesterday, and I'm just gonna heat that up real quick. A bunch of people have been asking what's going on with the girlfriend. You know, it was kind of weird that I was talking her up and talking about how much I loved her and everything, and then all of a sudden I said I wasn't going to talk about her again. Basically, we were having some problems, and she wasn't too keen on the idea of me talking about her on the videos anymore. So basically, I did that out of respect for her. But I said in a video a long time ago that we were in a conscious relationship, you know, trying to become the best versions of ourselves, or becoming the best versions of ourselves, and becoming unconditional love and all that. And basically what happened is we kind of got into a pattern, and I felt like we weren't doing that anymore, and it wasn't serving my best interest to be in a relationship anymore until I work on myself, and I just need to focus on myself at this point in my life, you know, my goals and everything. I kind of felt like I was sacrificing parts of myself and my goals, you know, to be with her and to make her happy and everything, and that was leaving me unfulfilled. So I decided to call that off and work on myself and, you know, just work on my goals and everything. So basically that's what's up with that. And look at that, look at that. I'm gonna let that cool off for a minute. I'm gonna show you guys the media room where all the editing and website development has been happening. Here's Cody's computer here, here's mine. And I spent probably like 5 or 6 hours on those montages last night. I spent so much time on that, but I got them just right. So I'm happy about that. Man, my life is so blessed right now, it's crazy. I had this weird feeling I needed to go to Phoenix. It's like, I need to go to Phoenix, I need to go to Phoenix. And I kind of feel like the Phoenix right now, you know, like the death and rebirth thing, you know, the like getting out of a relationship and starting over, you know, and figuring out what's really important to me and all that. Kind of feel like the Phoenix, but I'm so blessed, man. I've got a family that loves me. I got a bunch of viewers that are supporting me. My channel's kicking ass. My website's gonna kick ass when it gets there. You know, I came here and met up with Cody. He's kind of been helping, reminding me of who I am. And then Pat here has got this awesome house and this property he's letting me stay at. He's letting me use his water and his microwave and his dishes and everything. He's been so helpful and so awesome. And then there's Tay, the mechanic, that was just happened to be here, you know, working on Pat's Jeep and everything, and he's helping me out. And then Matt just shows up with this engine, and everything just lined up so perfectly. Like, how perfect could it be? The weather is perfect here. There's no mold. There's a little bit of dust, but I think my sinus infection, I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, I'm just so blessed and so grateful for the life that I have. And I've worked really hard to be here, and I've had to go through a lot to get to where I am now. And I'm really like proud of myself. Like, I'm happy with who I've become and who I'm becoming and everything else. And I'm just, there's just a sense of contentment inside of me that is very nice. It's like taking a deep breath and hopping into a warm bath. Yeah. day I chose to let go and be exactly as I am. And today I was happy. Love yourself.